Hi there, I'm Cha Jones, the Nomadic Chick, and today I want to talk to you about something that's extremely important. Now, I know that you're prepared to move abroad, go study, or you're just traveling. Whatever you're about to do, this is one thing that you must think about before you even get on the plane. Now, if you're already gone, it's still something that you can take care of, although you've already left. So, I want to talk to you about 5 very important plans that you need to have that create your crisis management plan. So the first plan is a health plan. So let's say that you have a pre-existing illness and you need medication or you have to travel with equipment. Of course, you've already thought of this. You have planned to have the equipment shipped correctly and properly, and you've thought about the fact that you need this medication. Well, in some cases, you don't have same or similar medications in different countries. So please write down a list of all the medications that you need and then put a plan together on how you're going to have that medication shipped to you or how you're going to get that medication in your new country. And if they don't have the same medication, that they have something very similar. Also, if you already thought about this and you're like, I'm going to ship my medication every 3, 6, or 9 months, or maybe once a year, think about the fact that sometimes the medication may not clear customs. So that's something that you need to think about as far as your health. Now, let's say you don't have any medications that you need to take and you're, for the most part, healthy. So today you're healthy, but you never know what will happen, and your health can change quickly. One day you're perfectly fine, the next day you have cancer or you have some type of disease that's curable, but it just snuck up on you. You have a cold that turns into pneumonia, or you go in with a belly pain and find out you have to have your appendix taken out. Something that you didn't think that was going to happen to you has happened to you, and it can happen to you anywhere. But now you're living abroad. What do? Well, in most cases, having a surgery procedure or something medical is much cheaper than having it in the U.S. So that's a great thing. That's a plus. But let's say that you have this surgery, which is much cheaper, but still it costs you $100 to $300, where it would have cost you $5,000 in the U.S. Well, you're saving money, but maybe you didn't have that money in reserve. So it's a great thing to think about having a health care plan reserve. So that's number 1. Number 2, I want to talk to you about having travel insurance. Now, I know a lot of people are like, I don't need travel insurance. I'm never going to use it. Well, that's the reason we have any type of insurance. Like, it's not about if it happens. It's about when it happens. When it happens, you want to be prepared. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't have any clothes because my bags were displaced, or my flight got changed and I have no way of replacing this ticket. So you want to be prepared. Now, again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to prepare you. So think about that. Think about having travel insurance because it could save you time and money. And I'm not getting paid to tell you this. I'm just telling you because it's important. So research travel insurance and read the fine print, because not all travel insurance is the same and it's not all created equal. So you want to make sure that you have the travel insurance that will cover you and your assets. Just saying. The next plan that I think you must have as far as creating a crisis management plan is a safety plan. Do you know where your embassy is? That's number 1. Number 2 is that you need to be registered for travel alerts through your government. So in America, there is a STEP plan. It's called STEP plan. You go to the State Department and you sign up for the STEP plan. This way you get travel alerts if there is a terrorist attack, if there's a natural disaster. Plus, you have an emergency contact number so they can shoot you text messages, emails, as well as notify your family that something has gone awry. So that's extremely important. Also, you need to know where the embassy is in relations to your location. How far is it? How do you have a mapped out plan on how you're going to get to the embassy? That is so important because you never know what is going to happen, and you have to get to the embassy immediately. And if you don't know where it is, guess what you're doing? I don't know where it is, right? So think about this now before you leave the embassy, because it's not if, it's when things happen, right? So not trying to scare you, just trying to prepare you. So make sure that you know where the embassy is. Make sure you know that you have, for instance, an alternate way to get out of a city or the country. Let's say there's a road closure. Is there another way to leave? Is there another way to get to the next city because a bridge might fall? Again, not trying to scare you, just trying to prepare you. So do you have an alternate way to get somewhere? Think about that. That's part of your safety plan. Create one. Then you need the emergency fund. I talked about this with the health fund. However, you need a daily, weekly, monthly fund that will allow you to have extra cash that you don't touch it. You pull from it and pay it back. This will help you if there's an emergency that comes up. Let's say you get sick. You have this fund. Let's say, I don't know, maybe you're driving and the tire blows. Now you have this fund. If you have some surgery, you have this fund. If you are traveling, something happens, you need to buy an extra ticket, whatever the case may be, you have an emergency fund. Please put aside some money. And you can put just, $10, $20, $30 away each month so that or each paycheck, so that you have some extra cash in case something happens. That's the in case of emergency fund, not in case I need to go out fund. No, ma'am. All right. So you have the health plan, you have an insurance, travel insurance, you have safety, you have a finance backup, right? Now, you need communication. This plan is simple. You need to write down all of the people whom you can count on. You need to have all their numbers. You need to have a way of contacting them. You also need to have a regular schedule of when you check in. Let's say you normally check in on Monday at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Well, I haven't heard from you. Monday has come. Tuesday has come. Wednesday has come. Guess what I'm going to do? Be concerned. Now I am going to reach out to you. And if you're not answering, I need to go to what? Plan B. And check on you. So be mindful, number one, that people care about you and they want to know where you are. But also have this check-in and it's regular so that people are like, I haven't heard. Normally Monday is our check-in time. We have a regular check-in. They haven't left me a voicemail. I need to check on them. I need to contact you, and you should have a backup, like call my girlfriend I work with, or my co-teacher, or my boss, so that somebody can start looking for me. And this is not a good time to say, oh, I was at the bar, I forgot, or I got so carried away with my life. No, every Monday at 2 o'clock I check in. That way you're safe. People know where you are. And you also have people who are, communicating with you on a, weekly basis. And this is something that's routine. And you have a pattern that somebody can kind of assess and say, you know what? It's time for me to figure out what's going on with this person. So here we go. Let's recap. So you have a health plan. Make sure that you have this. It's important and it's key, especially if you have a pre-existing illness. This is not to tell you, oh, you can't go because you have this pre-existing illness. This is just so that you know how to manage it and manage it well. Also, you want to have your insurance, travel insurance when you're traveling from country to country. And then you can also have travel insurance that will maintain the whole entire time that you're gone. But you want to look at different travel plans, read the fine print, and no, they're not all created the same. You can also get travel insurance that covers health issues as well. So you may want to look at that. And you can also think about if you don't have an employer and you're doing this all on your own, you're a self-initiating expat, what kind of insurance that is health insurance that can cover me as well. Next, create a safety plan. Be strategic about how you're going to get out in case there is a natural disaster, if there's a fire, if there's a terrorist attack. Have your plan together. Finance plan. Have your emergency fund. And then, last but not least, communication. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because not all the time do we think about the crisis. And we think, oh, insurance, yeah, right. I'm tired of paying insurance. I never have to use it. Yeah, well, when you don't have it is when you need it the most. So be mindful of that and be safe because, again, it's not if, it's when something happens. You want to have your crisis management plan intact. And also, again, this is not to scare you. This is just to prepare you to have a great journey and do the things that you love the most and live full out. Again, I'm Cha Jones, the Nomadic Chick. And if you're not part of my wonderful free Facebook group, please join us on our group is Future Expat Women. If you're not a member, go ahead and join and we'll accept you. It's a great place to network with other people who are getting ready to travel abroad, live abroad, or study abroad. In the meantime, you can continue to follow me at www.chajones.com. It's a pleasure. And remember, be safe.